Welcome back to Spooky Stories, Unexplained Encounters. People have always been afraid of wolves. Stories of wolves have been used to scare children, like Little Red Riding Hood or the Three Little Pigs, for centuries. Wolves have even taken on magical properties, such as the werewolf, wherein humans transform into wolf-like creatures under a full moon. In fact, the first stories of werewolves may have been from the Epic of Gilgamesh in 2100 BC. So these stories really have been with us for a millennia. But could there be a species of wolf, or even a werewolf, that is unique to the United States? Maybe. Today, we'll introduce you to the Dogman of Michigan. 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan. Two men working in a lumber camp come across what they can only describe as a large, 7-foot-tall creature that was half man and half dog. They described it as having amber-colored eyes and as walking on 2 legs. Its howl is said to sound like a human scream. This was the first reported sighting of the Michigan Dogman. Years later, in 1938, a man was fishing on the Muskegon River. He reported that while he was out, a group of dogs attacked him, but he was able to scare them away using a shotgun blast. As the animals slunk off, the man thought he could relax and get back to his trip. He was about to go back to fishing when he watched, dumbfounded, as one of the dogs supposedly stood up on its hind legs and stared at him. A memorable event, the man later shared his story and was attributed to the mysterious Dogman. The 1950s and 60s saw their own share of Dogman encounters, with most coming out of the northwestern Lower Peninsula of Michigan. In 1961, in Big Rapids, a man was working as a night watchman. He was on patrol in the manufacturing plant he worked at when he was stopped in his tracks by something unnatural. At first, the man thought he was looking at a person, which would have been problematic to begin with, but as a figure came out of the shadows, he realized it wasn't a person at all, but a dog-like animal standing on 2 legs. In a surprising turn of events, the man first went for his gun, then changed his mind and went for his camera, shooting a picture of the beast. The photos haven't been analyzed, at least to our knowledge, and they remain a mystery. But the most famous reported Dogman encounter was the Gable Film. While I'm unable to show it in this video, I did include a link to it in the description. The story goes that this video was captured in the 1970s by a man named Mike Agrusa. At the time, Agrusa was quite young and on vacation with his family. In the video, you see a young boy riding on a snowmobile through a sparse group of trees. The camera shifts and suddenly we've jumped to a scene of a man chopping wood, then a dog exploring the woods, a man working on an old truck, then a drive down a dirt road. It is all shot very much like a home movie. But suddenly, the perspective changes, and you're looking at something large in the middle of a clearing. From this distance, it looks like a bear. It's covered in dark brown fur and is massive, with thick trunk-like legs and a barrel chest. The creature starts coming after the cameraman on all fours, a terrifying sight, and the cameraman drops the camera and he runs. While at face value this video may be somewhat convincing, it later came out that the video was a hoax, which the creator readily admits to. But this wasn't it for the Dogman. He, or it, or they, were also immortalized in a song titled The Legend in 1987. The song details the history of the creature, and interestingly enough, after the song first aired, listeners started to call in and share their own sightings of the Dogman. Of this phenomena, the creator of the song, Steve Cook, was quoted on MyNorth.com as saying, "At first, I thought it was just kind of funny. I never really believed in all of these oddity creatures. I thought they were figments of people's imagination. But now I don't know. My quotable line is, enough credible people have told me incredible stories. Maybe there is something going on out there and we just happen to hit the right note." In heartwarming news, Cook actually sells copies of the song and donates the money to animal shelters. So at least something good has come out of all of these sightings. That's not to say though that encounters stop there. They haven't. In the last 10 to 20 years, additional sightings have been reported. The website dogmanencounters.com documents different sightings in Michigan and has a form that witnesses can fill out to report their encounters. I'd link the site in the description below for those who would like to visit or check out the creator's podcast and YouTube channel. In one reported sighting from 2009, the witness was driving home with a friend after a night out in Muskegon. It was very late, around 11 p.m. at night, and the road was snowy. They were following a pickup truck and were about to go over the overpass when something ran quickly out from the left of the road. It moved on two legs as it ran into the street and collided with the back of the pickup truck. The creature didn't stop for a moment. Instead, it took off towards the other side of the road, and the witnesses described it as looking like a dog and a man hybrid that moved on two legs. The Dogman was even the subject of a 2011 film called Dogman, wherein a duo teams up to find a creature terrorizing their community. It got a 20% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, so take that as you will. Now, the Dogman is not only witnessed in Michigan, but this perhaps regional species is the focus of today's story. Dogmen have been reported across the United States and even in Canada. But what exactly is the Michigan Dogman? While it is hard to know exactly what witnesses saw, as there are very few photographic pieces of evidence, and those that do exist, like the Gable video, have been debunked, those that have reported to have seen the creature do stand by it being a real, hybrid-like animal. Perhaps one day, more concrete evidence of the monster will be captured and shared. Until then, we can enjoy the stories that come from these sightings and wonder if maybe, just maybe, there is still an unknown creature that lurks in our woods. Thank you for listening to tonight's story. Tune back in next week as we dive into the world of cryptids, extraterrestrials, and the great unknown. Good night.